Dains is principally an accountancy practice, but we are first and foremost advisors, so we're accountants second almost. So that means that we really do focus on the client and their wider requirements, and therefore, you know, the use of a CRM tool is useful for both bringing new clients into that family, but also, you know, working with existing clients too, and providing extra services to them.
We evaluated all of our IT systems, and predominantly our BD team had a system that was no longer viable for the business.
So we needed something that brought all the streams together, but made reporting easier, just gave visibility across the business. So it brought it together as one business rather than 5 disparate businesses almost.
We needed something that was going to be really user-friendly, based on the fact that I don't think we could have really called our previous CRM system a CRM system as such. And we needed something that would connect with our practice management software. That was a big point for us. So our practice management was done through Wolters Kluwer. Our Wolters Kluwer representative recommended Workbooks to us. We went away and evaluated it, and it sort of ticked all the boxes. And otherwise, we could have fell into the trap that a lot of people do, is you go for Microsoft Dynamics or Salesforce, when really that wasn't what the business needed. And Workbooks for us, we liked the fact that it could be simple, but it was scalable, and it was extremely flexible, and it would integrate with our existing systems. So that those were our biggest drivers, was that it was actually going to be a much easier implementation for us. The fact that the system's so flexible, that really does help with buy-in. It means that I can do a lot of stuff in-house. I think that's what's helped people come on board, because they can ask for a change, or can it do this, can it do that, and we've been able to implement very quickly. With the practice management software, it was very easy for data to hide in the system, whereas Workbooks has brought it all to life. So it's been really good from a data cleanse perspective, because there's nowhere for that data to hide. So for me, visibility is the biggest thing. Having a system where I can manage marketing campaigns and get data out that I can actually make decisions on.
Quality of the data and the outputs that are really important. So because we've got this great place to gather all the data now and report on the data, you know, we can do things that we've never been able to do before. So, you know, we can measure the size of a pipeline, we can measure the time to cash for a particular transaction, we can measure overall conversion rates. There's lots of drilling that we can do. We just have better quality discussions around business development. You know, some of our, you know, super technical partners really getting involved, you know, in the system and the reporting and the, you know, the BD meetings, you know, when typically they would hang on to, you know, spreadsheets for dear life, and happy to, you know, to let go of those and you know, trust the system data. It's surprising to see, but really good to see. Corporate finance is a really interesting one that I never expected them to be as bought in as they are. Corporate finance have been incredible. Forensics, they now use it as their workflow monitoring tool. You know, and Jenny's made some tweaks for them to the system, just to help them in terms of identification. But you know, they've pretty much scrapped everything else that they used to use, and this is their workflow monitoring device now. So it's completely seamless within forensics. Almost don't need a business development meeting, because that's just the way they work. Reciprocity can be measured really easily. Something that again, Workbooks services really nicely for us, and Jenny has built reports for all parts of the business, so that when I run the BD meetings, we can make sure we focus on that each month.
I think also, just from a personal point of view, because we never had anywhere really to record cross referrals as such, now there is a place and people can physically see who's referring what. I think people because they know there's some recognition for it now. They want to make sure that people know that it was them that referred that, and I think especially through the last 18 months, it's almost like everybody feels like they've really pulled together as a team, as a business, and so everyone is a lot more invested, even though everybody's been working remotely. I actually feel like as a firm we've grown so much in that 18 months. What it gave us was the capability to completely engage with our customers and to give them that support that they needed. And it just made us really agile. We could adapt really quickly, whereas we wouldn't have been able to do that without having workbooks. From a marketing perspective, we really could showcase what we could do, and workbooks just made it easy for us to do that.
It's almost linked us together unintentionally at a really critical time before the lockdown, because being able to conduct BD meetings without that as a tool would be almost impossible. So we'd have had 18 months lost really, but the reports were built and we could just share them via Teams or Zoom. And we've almost conducted the business as if nothing was really going on. Without that, it would have been incredibly difficult to pull the information together and report on it in any meaningful way.
Working with Workbooks and even their support team, our account manager, there's a lot of really good people with a lot of knowledge, and so they did just feel like an extension of my team. It just felt like a really positive relationship where there was always a solution. I would 100% recommend Workbooks, and I have done. I've spoken to various accountancy firms that have been starting their CRM journey. I think it is just from an implementation and a flexibility point of view. You're not restricting yourself from day one, which you can do with some systems, and some systems, because they have all these bells and whistles and that's there from day one, you're getting people to adopt it is even harder. Whereas I think because you can scale it at your level and in your own time, it just really works as a business solution.
So much deeper.